Right. We're gonna go look at 2 houses tomorrow. We got pre-approved tomorrow. If we're lucky, then we'll get ready for closing the houses. Oh, Lincoln. It's where all the kids are. Nothing, no videos, no separate file. Hi.
Welcome to our meeting today. Thank you for being here and joining us. I love how the bulk of people sat in the back knowing it's an interactive meeting today. Like, if I sit in the back, I won't get told to come up here and volunteer. You will volunteer. If you're joining us virtually, please make sure to put your name in the chat. To start off our meeting today, I would like to invite Marcia Burns up to read the four-way test and our land acknowledgement. Marcia.
Hey, we acknowledge that our meeting today is taking place on the traditional homeland of the Puyallup people. We acknowledge that this land was not freely ceded to the settlers who claimed it. We recognize and honor the significance of this land and its waters to the Puyallup people who have lived on and stewarded this land for centuries and continue to do so today. And join me in the four-way test. Number one, is it the truth? Number two, is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you, Marcia. Remember too, if you'd like to be helpful with meeting, make sure you check the table. We always have room for people to sign up to volunteer for different aspects of it. Now I'd like to invite Kathy Willis up for our reflection today.
Most of us probably do not know that in India today, it's called Martyrs' Day in honor of Mahatma Gandhi, who died on this day in 1948. He left us so many life lessons, and so many of the things that he stood for and talked about resonated. And so I'd like to share a couple of them with you. First of all, be positive. Gratitude and positivity are the driving force behind progress and achieving goals. To persist in our pursuit, we should realize that positivity can also be a great weapon. Gandhi said, keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive because your words become your behavior. Keep your behavior positive because your behavior becomes your habits. Keep your habits positive because your habits become your values. Keep your values positive because your values become your destiny. He also talked about healing and spreading love to all. He says, there is life. Where there is love, there is light. He said that love needs to permeate everything that we do, be it our social, political, or personal lives. Love is the foundation of life. Peace, love, and kindness make this world a better place. We must all cultivate a positive attitude that helps us develop compassion for others. Remember what Gandhi said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service to others. I hope you each find your experience in Rotary serving others to fulfill those words.
Thank you, Kathy. That was a fantastic reflection. Visiting Rotarians and members with guests, please stand. And Miriam Barnett will be bringing the microphone. Visiting Rotarians, please tell us where you are from. And members, please introduce your guests.
I see you, but greatest prerogative, I'm starting. I would like to introduce my guest, Carlos Rubel, who is the Senior Director of Human Resources at Girl Scouts of Western Washington. I work with HR person at YWCA, and she is going to be in the pipeline. So please welcome Carla. Now to you, Jim.
Thank you. Jim Whitaker, proud Director Emeritus of Lindquist Dental Clinic and very proud supporter of St. Vincent de Paul. My guest today is Lindsay Ryan, who is Case Manager, Resource Center, and also was an all-star basketball player at Woodrow Wilson High School.
Wendy Gusafi, Ted Brown Music, and I'd like to introduce Harold Robert, who's with U.S. Bank, and we're getting him in the pipeline to be a member too.
Hi everyone, Lori Harmon with Goodwill, and my guest is Andrea Ray, the Executive Director of the Pierce County Tacoma Chamber of Commerce.
I should probably introduce myself first, since a lot of you might not know me. I'm Jeremy Vogelquist with CLA, and I have with me James Munn, the principal at CLA of our Talent Solutions. So, welcome.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ruth Nasser, exchange student from Uganda. I believe the last time we saw each other was last year. So Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all. This month has been quite busy for me. That's why I wasn't able to attend this month's meetings due to my finals. But now that they're done, I'm so glad. Because of Jim and a few others, I got to go skiing and I got to see snow for the first time, which was really, really fun. Yeah, thank you so much.
Randy, do we have anybody joining us virtually today?
I am the only one on YouTube right now.
Randy's the only, I'm sure that is the truth all across the country right now. Randy's the only one on YouTube right now. Thank you all for being here today. Those who are joining us, we appreciate you with us. And those who we haven't seen for a while, we appreciate seeing you again. Although, Jeremy, it looked like you're a little thing and falling out of your name badge.
Yeah, it wasn't actually up there when I grabbed it. I figured I'd test you to see if you knew my name.
All right, let's take some time to recognize some Rotarian anniversaries. If you are here today, please stand up if we're celebrating your anniversary. We'll applaud for you. John West, 59 years. Big five. We all know where Jake is right now, which is not here. He's down in Olympia right now. So big round of applause for 29 years. It lives out 6 years. Now, you all saw as you came in that there's a table in the back for a service project today for St. Vincent de Paul. Please make sure you stick around after the meeting and help out with that. More hands make it go so much faster. It's always fun seeing who can do the most bags at once when we're doing these projects. So please stick around for those few extra minutes. Many hands make it go fast. Now, I would like to invite somebody up to the podium who has been fantastic thus far. It's Sharon Benson, and talking about our auction, which is coming up very shortly.
Well, I know that some of you bought your raffle tickets because they're on sale effective today. So how many were sold, Whitney?
22.
22.
So,
Okay, so we just have a little over 270 to go. So, I invite all of you to buy a ticket. There's only gonna be 300 tickets sold. The gift is good, the prize is gonna be $1,000. So the odds are pretty good of winning. This is a great way for those of you to, help with the auction, whether you can be there or not. And it's a way to spend that money now, and you won't even know it when the auction comes that you've already spent some money. So then you'll win $1,000 and be able to buy some more stuff at the auction. So we have some great new sponsors today. We are proud to announce that we're about 52% of our way to our sponsorship goal. And as you can see, we've got some, our sponsors are based on Oscars and Grammys and what are the other ones? Emmys and Golden Globes and so it's based on various giving levels. And so I invite all of you to look at this list and know that any type of participation that you can give personally, or a business that you do business with or frequent that you think it would be a good sponsor for our auction, please don't hesitate to take a sponsorship form that's in your yellow envelope on your desk to that business and ask them to be our sponsor. Is what all of these dollars are used to help do all the good that we do in our community. And finally, I'm going to keep hammering on this, but procurement. Get those procurement forms in. I know all of you are planning on giving something, but it makes a lot of pressure at the final hour when they all come in at the same time. So if we can get them in early and make the commitments, or get your friends and your businesses that are going to be giving an item, to make that commitment early now, we can get them in and get them cataloged, and it'll make things much smoother. And anyway, and start thinking about how you're going to dress up for this event. Look forward to that. See you later.
Thank you so much, Sharon, for tackling the role as auction chair. Never an easy one, but you're doing a fantastic job. So help her out, everybody. Now I'd like to thank John Bailey and Stadium Wealth Management for being this week's meeting sponsor. John, head on up.
I get to play these.
You can volunteer in a little while for it. Okay. John Bailey, Stadium Wealth Management.
I'm going to ask you all to put all of your phone numbers and email addresses on a piece of paper so that I can call you and email you. I'm going to give you a little bio, professional bio about myself, some things that I find interesting. And if you don't, you can disregard them and just completely forget that I even. So, I started 20 years ago with Waddell & Reed. Some of you in the room know who Waddell & Reed is. Most of you probably don't. And then I owe the fact that I'm still in the business to the person that I was, after 2 years with Waddell & Reed, took me under their wing, and her name was Claire Bailey. John Bailey, Claire Bailey, no relation, although everyone at Waddell & Reed thought she was my mother. I would call in and they'd say, "Oh, your mom already called to ask about that," and I wouldn't even correct them. So the interesting part of that now is that a few years ago, we created Stadium Wealth Management, and my teammate, that co-managing partner, is named Noah Bailey. No relation, although now we're affiliated with LPL, and everybody assumes he's my brother, and I don't correct them about that at this point either. So I like I said, been in the business 20 years, and we have a going concern at this point, and we're growing, and we have older advisors who have worked within our team who are retiring, and we're taking over their books but that means less advisors handling clients. And so we're going to be hiring at least one person, if not multiple people. And so specifically, we're looking for licensed people. So if anybody, the people not in my industry in the room probably don't know anybody that would fit that mold, but anybody that does, anybody that doesn't have a foothold where they are, but might be licensed or is looking for a different opportunity, let me know, because we're hiring people in our industry is difficult. So I want to make a confession as well. I have never brought a new member into this club.
What?
I have not.
Not Noah?
And I'm going to make a commitment this year that I'm going to Thank you all very much.
That sounds like John threw down a challenge for everybody. So why don't we all take that to heart and bring a new member or potential new member very soon. Now, I'd like to invite the one and only Gil Quante up to introduce today's program. And we're going to volunteer for that, people. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. There we go. So today we're going to have a really fun program. We've got drumsticks, not the kind you eat, Mr. Whitaker, the kind you pound with. And we've invited the Tacoma Youth Symphony, and I'm going to introduce you to Dr. Anna Jensen. She's been around with us for a few years, and we try to get them out here once a year, and they've developed something interactive for us today. She told me she's going to put us to work, so get ready to burn up some calories.
Hey everyone, it's great to be back. The last time I think I gave you all updates, those were very much so the happenings post-pandemic, and now we're moving forward. Happy to report to you all our symphonic programs have now increased and doubled in size. We have nearly 400 youth joining us each and every Saturday in 7 different orchestras downtown. So lots of excitement there. And since the last time I saw you, we've expanded our community programs. So this is something we're really, really proud of. And developing a whole nother wing of our organization, very much so a come as you are approach. And you'll get to be part of that today and to experience a hands-on of our TY Samba program. And so with that, currently we're out in the community. We're at Raymond Hall. We're at Willie Stewart. We've adopted Stanley Elementary on Hilltop. This is where this program has launched. We're also in the senior centers working in memory care with drum circles and ukuleles and all of that. And so I invite you to check out our Facebook page. There's brochures and bookmarks on the table. So you can come and join us at a community center and wherever you'd like to meet us at in the concert hall. We also have trivia night there that Gil's holding up the sign for. I believe Gil's team is the reigning champion 2 years in a row. And it's a night to come and have a ton of fun and to raise money for a good cause, the scholarship program and all the free community programs. What you're going to see here today is completely free for the students to participate in. We do a push-in approach, and so Dr. James Doyle here, he goes twice a week out to Stanley Elementary, working with 5th graders. Stanley had been reporting so much violence on the program, and when we heard about it at Youth Symphony, we thought of let's find some incentives and ways to engage the students with a reward system of doing music and allowing them to benefit from those activities to expand friendship and social and emotional learning skills, and also building confidence and learning new tasks that aren't always easy to do and building that together as a team. There's a couple of people I'd like to introduce you to. You've met our previous music director, Dr. Cobbs, who came and talked to you. We now have Dr. James Welsh with us, and we're so excited to have him here. Dr.
Hold it again.
So Dr. Welsh joins us as a former music director of the El Paso Youth Orchestras, and then moved on to the Florida Symphony Youth Orchestras. And so we got him all the way from across the country to have him here as our new music director. It's going incredibly well with Dr. Welsh. And so he's going to be on our team. We are going to be the guinea pigs for you before you get to be the guinea pigs. And so I'd love to introduce to you our brand new engagement manager, Dr. James Doyle. He's going to teach you all about samba.
Thanks so much. I'm really excited to do this with you all, and I hope that you're all done eating, because we're going to be counting on you to get involved in whichever way you're comfortable. One of the great things about this sort of ensemble is it's scalable, and that's one of the things that I think is absolutely beautiful about samba, which I'll get to a little bit more of the details on momentarily. But we can get students who are super uncomfortable with making music to play music right from the drop of a mallet, all the way to students who have a lot more experience, and you can put them all in an ensemble at the same time and have a great time. So the background on these instruments, if you've seen Carnival, which is going to, of course, this season, I believe, will be the end of February into March in Rio and Bahia, places of that nature, that's where these drums come from. So it's kind of like a drum line that we're used to in the US, except for it's been scaled quite a bit differently. When I was a graduate student, I played in a samba band of about 150 drummers in Las Vegas, and it was the most fun you could possibly have. And it was the same thing. You had people who weren't drummers all the way to professional drummers that were doing it. So that's one of the things that we bring to the table with this sort of ensemble. We can do it with fifth graders all the way through seniors. Okay, so we're going to demonstrate what a samba batacata sounds like, and I'm going to just kind of explain some of the instruments. Over here, Dr. Jensen is playing an instrument called the surdo, and the surdo is just basically the bass drums of the ensemble. Over here, Dr. Welsh is going to be playing an instrument called the go-go, and so it's just cowbells there's two different pitches. So would you mind demonstrating yours? Okay, so that's that one, and I can see some of you are going to already start moving, and you're going to want to stand up and dance. But that's really the thing with samba. It's intended for dance and all that. So you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 extra surdus up here. So we're going to be looking for some surdu bateria players. We're going to have a couple of go-go's. Dr. Welsh, would you mind playing that pattern? Yeah, so that's the syncopation that makes you want to do this with your head. So that makes you want to step, and that makes you want to do that with your head. So I have an instrument called the caixa, and the caixa is like the snare drum of the ensemble. So it's kind of a drum that fills out all of the sound in between the two. So it's all the notes. Okay, then we have the shikayu, which Dr. Welsh is going to play. This one can get a little noisy around the ears, but when the group I played in had a bunch of Cirque du Soleil acrobats, and this was their favorite because it was a workout for them. James. Yes, and so you can hear how that has a similar swing to this drum right here. We have a few of those of varying sizes, and then its partner instrument is going to be a shaker. And we have enough shakers for so many of you in here to get all start as well. The last instrument I'm going to demonstrate for today with what we're doing is an instrument called the tambourine. So it's kind of like tambourine, but it has no jingles, and you hit it with a stick. So you got to. And it's the highest voice in the ensemble, so it can be pretty loud. And if you can imagine like 40 people playing these together, it's a pretty exciting thing. So we're going to demonstrate. Oh, I forgot about the apito, so the whistle. And the fun thing about this whistle is it's not just like your NFL official's whistle, because you have some other pitches you can play. So I'm just going to demonstrate first, and then I'm going to start.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, again, with 150 people, the signal to start and stop, it's a little bit different than what Dr. Welsh and Dr. Jensen do in front of their orchestras with the baton. and bringing them in. And it's difficult to say 2, ready, go with that many people, so we signal with the whistle. And I'm going to actually do that and get us started here. Okay. If you feel like standing up right now, I can show you the most basic dance move that we always do. And so, all right, thank you for leading the way. Sitting up front, being great. So the first thing we'll do, your right, my left, we'll go over, close, over, close. There's no wrong as long as we're moving. Great dancing. We'll maybe go faster a little bit later, but for now, we're like that. I'm looking for 4 Surdu players, and we found one over there. Yes, please come on up. And there's a couple ways that you can hold this. You can put the strap on your shoulder if you want, or if you are like, this is like a little much, you can just kind of, it's a bit drum and beat, yeah. You can put your toe under it. It's not too heavy. That's a drum. Look at all these drummers. Oh, very good. I'm just going to flip that over. I have 20 for Sergio. Some other people coming. Thank you. Your pattern's going to be similar to what James was playing. We have far too many speakers left. I'm going to come to you. Okay, cool. So, we'll use that whistle to start and stop. I think we have a band. Everyone else? We're ready to step and close. Step and close. So, anybody want some cowbells?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
It'll make a nice crisp sound. Perfect. Looking good. So, you're going to hear from the whistle, kaboom, and off we go. Okay? And then the end will go tweet, kaboom. And I'll conduct a little bit.
And everybody else has to dance.
Yes. Here we go.
I saw you dancing up here.
Our last one, dancers, feel free to. Thank you all. So if you can imagine, our dream with TY Samba is to make this available to as many people as possible. I'm hopeful that someday in the Daffodil Parade, all the different parades, you'll see a big TY Samba band marching down the street. So thank you all for inviting us, and thanks for playing and dancing. Thank you so much. Yeah. So if you have any questions, so as we sort of prepare our instruments and put them back into their homes. Check. Check one, check two. Check one. So if you have any questions, as Dr. Jensen mentioned, we have this group working with fifth graders. I work with fifth graders on Tuesday and Wednesday, so 2 fifth grade classes at Stanley. So much fun to work with them, and we're gonna give our first production performance, I think, in 3 weeks. And then at the end of the semester, at the end of the school year, we're gonna do a big one with the sound group there. So hopefully that will. Well, it's going over great. It's much fun. They have a wonderful music teacher that who is a great partner with us, Sarah Krogstad. Wonderful community. Are there any questions you may have for us about this group or really any of our programming? Yes.
Hi, my name is Dean Hanks. I work with consulting for nonprofits. But my question is, you do the fifth grade thing, but do you do anything similar to this for other organizations? If you had a group of people together, would you guys come out and do this kind of thing on a, random basis, not just an ongoing class?
Yeah, absolutely. We're heading into the space where we're being reached out constantly by other groups. So like Amara's reached out to us, also at the Women's and Children's Shelter. And so anytime someone reaches out to us, we make sure that we're present and available and head on out to do that.
So I work with a group that works with adults with intellectual disabilities. Could this also work in that setting, folks? I mean, it seems
Yeah, I've done that sort of work indeed with drumming. With this group here, that's totally possible too, just depending on the size. We have a couple different sets. So we have a set right now of these instruments that we had at Stanley during the school year, and then we have a set that we have at our office that we travel with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any other questions?
Why samba?
Why samba?
Why not some?
Yeah, that's always the answer. Thanks for that. The thing I personally love about samba is that ability to scale it to the different ability levels and immediately have a return on the musical investment. And then I think also it's mobile and it's affordable. And so the ability to have a collection of instruments that don't break down, they don't require a lot of maintenance. And honestly, the longer they're in that, the longer they get played, actually, the better they get. I think also it gives us an opportunity to sort of, I don't want to say diversify our offerings because we do so many different things, but TYSA is more than just orchestras. And so this is giving an opportunity to teach students, like for instance, when I'm at Stanley, we talk a lot about what's the weather like in Brazil right now if it's 32 degrees outside, and to kind of get them thinking about music outside of what's immediately in their surrounding. We cover some, we talk a lot about the cultural elements and things of that nature.
So when I got married, I'm Stacey Ogle. When I got married, Youth Symphony who did the music at my wedding at quartet. Are you guys? So
Yeah, we still have, yeah, we have student quartets that go out to the community constantly. And so that is something that is available and that you can find that up on our website. And you'll find our string quartets from anywhere at the library doing petting zoos with kids and students entering for students, which is the most powerful way to inspire future musicians. And then we've also got Mary Bridge over the holidays to uplift workers there and families. And so you'll find our string quartets all over town.
and can we hire them for events?
Yes, you can hire them for events, and that functions as a donation to an event.
In fact, on Saturday, I had one of our quartets at a 100th birthday party for a long-time supporter. And Mary Bridge, yeah, we were up on the 6th floor during the holidays. It was a really special time for our students. And of course, we were glad to serve.
Did you get funding from Tacoma Create?
Yes, we are a Tacoma Creates funded organization, and now's the time for everybody to be reading about that and keeping up on that. And so right now, City Council, we've all been working with City Council on that to get that renewed, and so you can make sure your voice is heard in that because tens of thousands of people are impacted in very positive ways by that. Yes.
Whitney Grisapi, tell us more about all of your, the kids that you serve in the different groups. Because I don't think everybody knows how many groups you really have and how many children, students, musicians you serve.
Great. Yeah, so on the Saturdays, like I said, there's 400 kids that come to us. We just started a beginning group. It's called Prelude. These are our cutest kids. They're about this big. And with that, they then grow into our other orchestras. And so past that, there's 3 different string orchestras, there's a band, and then we have 2 large symphonic groups. One of those groups being our junior youth symphony, which has 120 students in it. That group does runouts and community performances. So we pretty much have a group for every level, every age, every ability. And then our diversity, just over the last 3.5 years, we've increased our diversity. Our number of non-white students was 27%. We are now at 52% of our students. Yeah. And so with that, we've really worked on including more people through scholarship programs. And so we have some donors that fundraise specifically to help children who otherwise wouldn't be there. We also send a lot of students towards Ted Brown to get instruments through Ted Brown for those who are low income and wouldn't be able to afford instruments otherwise. And so we have a nice relationship back and forth between our organizations. Our graduating students, right now we see about a 99.9% graduation rate. I would say 100% because I've not known any of our students to not graduate. But I'm sure there was at one point in time years ago. And so we've been around for 62 years, and we're just incredibly proud of our students. About 33% of our students will go into education, and been able to teach music education. So it's quite a legacy that we get to leave on our community.
Dr. Hannah, I bought a 4-string quartet. You were a member of that at an auction, trivia night auction. I was wondering if you'd like to donate that to our Rotary.
Only if I get to take my friend here down with me. So, yes, yeah. Yeah, so actually last night, James's wife is the department chair at University of Puget Sound. And James and she and I, we all performed last night together at Happy Duo Cafe. And so it's something we're going to start doing more of. So I'm guessing we could put together something between James and myself.
It's gonna be a blast.
We'd be happy to.
We thank you.
Thank you.
Give it applause for our 3 doctors up here today. Our long-standing tradition is we are very fond of literacy in our club, and so we have a book. We'd like you all to put a little inspirational message in the front of it from the 3 doctors, and we'll give that out to a little local library around. Let's leave that here first, and we'll get that going. We'll have a follow-up samba test at the auction. See how well we all samba dance still after that. Well, I have some good news for everybody. You need to mark your calendars out for Thursday, March 6th, because that's when we're going to celebrate our next Rotarian of the Year, Diane Tilstra. She's an Olympian doing good work right now, being one of those wonderful volunteers. You all know Diane. You'll learn more about the great things she does both for our club and the community as well. So mark out Thursday, March 6th for that meeting now. Now, who knows what's coming up on February 13th?
Fireside.
Kristen, tell us a little bit more about Fireside.
What do we usually do on the second Thursday of the month? No, what do we usually do on the second Thursday? Thursdays at 5. That's right. So you should already have been planning to be attending the Rotary Thursdays at 5 on February 13th. Now what you're going to be doing is enjoying a fireside. So instead of going to somebody's business, you're going to be going to somebody's home. The president is going to give us a very intriguing question to discuss amongst our fellow guests. You're going to eat delicious food. You're going to have some wine, maybe some beer, maybe just water. And then you're going to have great fellowship, and you'll go home and you'll be like, I need to do that every time that it comes up. So I'm still looking for some hosts for our fireside. So I've got a co-host for you. So if you're worried about getting all the details together, don't worry. I got somebody that can help you out, of course. So hosts and guests, please sign up.
Can I ask a question on that real quick?
Of course.
It doesn't have to be in your home. If you wanted to find somewhere that has like a little banquet room or an area like that, you could certainly host a fireside that way as well.
For sure, yeah. All right, come see me. There's sign-up forms on your table. You can come see me. There's also sign-up forms on the website. We might samba. You never know.
And the one thing, we have a question?
I have a quick question.
Quick question.
So do we have a regular meeting on that or just the fireside?
Just firesides.
Okay.
Just like it says, if it were a Thursday at 5, one of the things is we are trying to reinvigorate our fireside program. That's one of the things we talked about this year is we already have Thursdays on our typical Rotary Day, and we were always carving out a Tuesday evening. We thought, why don't we combine that? You're already carving out Thursdays for Rotary Day. We already have Thursdays at 5. Let's take once a quarter, and make that our fireside night. Hopefully get more attendance for those. And correct me if I'm wrong, Kristen, but I believe last fireside was our most heavily attended fireside post-COVID.
Oh, for sure.
So let's make that even more people this time when we come through for fireside on the 13th. So what a great time. It's right before Valentine's Day. You can celebrate all the fun and joy around there, and probably have some great desserts as well. So sign up for Fireside. That is what we're going to talk about that. We do have some announcements for today. Number one, join us next week, Thursday, February 6th, as we hear from Elizabeth Manthai, the Senior Director of Development for the Elson S. Floyd College of Medicine at Washington State University. That is a mix-up day. It's the first Tuesday, or the first meeting of the month, so make sure to sit with some new friends at tables. Now, we also have, coming up, our Community Service Awards. And that's when we recognize a non-Rotarian in our community who's providing exemplary service. That will be honored at Thursday, March 27th, and they will receive a contribution from our club to his or her favorite charitable organization. Those forms are due February 27th. You have now less than a month to turn in those forms. So if you know somebody in our community who is deserving of that honor, please fill out that form. Past recipients, Lou Pritchard was a recipient not too long ago. Look for those people who are doing great things in our community. We also have some community service projects coming up. And as always, you can RSVP online or use the sign-up sheets in your yellow folders. We have the St. Rita de Paul Sort coming up right now. And on Saturday, February 1st from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We have Emergency Food Network on Saturday, February 8th from noon to 2:30 p.m. And then on Valentine's Day, we have two opportunities at the Tacoma Rescue Mission. One is for breakfast and one is for lunch. And remember, for that, you do need to sign up with both us and on the Tacoma Rescue Mission's website. When I did it for the first time, it took me 3 minutes to fill it out. The next day I had my approval. It was all set to go from there. So it's just a really very fast, easy process for that. Now we do have Kathy.
I just would like to introduce.
Oh my gosh.
John McMaster. We don't see John often, but
Who?
Who? Yeah. John came to get a bearing gifts for the auction. Could you tell him what you're giving us, John?
I haven't done anything. It's $2,200 worth of gift cards. In fairness, I have not heard back from Tom Lowry on vacation rentals, but that email's been sent. I see a lot of familiar faces. I'm sorry I haven't been here. Hey, Rusty. I am still around. At least I can come empty-handed.
And that's what we love. Thank you, John, for being here today. Thank you for helping procure for the auction. That's awesome, great news. We do have some time today for true confessions. Is there anybody who would like to make a true confession? While Alex is coming up here, I'm also going to do something we haven't done in a very long time. Who's wearing a pin today? If you're not, you know what to do.
Alex, I'm here on behalf of the scholarship committee. I didn't fill out my form yet, but I'll bring it up to my donation.
Quiet, please.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? All right. I think it's off. Okay, I'll just shout.
Let's see if this one's any better.
Check one. There we go. Okay, I'm going to tone it down then. Alex Tretton, I'm here on behalf of the scholarship committee. I'm still seeking 4 volunteers to interview candidates at various schools throughout Tacoma. If you could help volunteer for that, you can send me an email and say, yeah, sign me up. And we go to either one of the local Tacoma high schools or one of the local private schools and interview the scholarship applicants for their scholarship committee, and we do awards and that kind of thing. So if you are interested, please reach out to me.
Let me ask you a quick question on that too, Alex. How many of you are on the scholarship committee or have been on the scholarship committee?
Thank you.
By resounding vocal response, is it one of the best and most fun committees to be on?
Yes.
And the great thing is, it's not a terrible time commitment. So if you're like, I have a little bit of time I can spare, scholarships is a place to do that. We would love to see you on that committee.
Thank you.
Carol Webster. A few times ago, I talked to you about how we are trying to re-up in the name of our dear Peter Darling. We're trying to reinvigorate Read to Me. And we found a partnership with Tacoma Community House. Last time, Corey Joseph told you what a wonderful time he had the morning he volunteered at Talk Time, where he talked with refugees and immigrants. after last Thursday's meeting, then I went to Talk Time, and my husband did as well. It is fabulous. You need no preparation. You're there for 1 hour, and it's our attempt to help students succeed in reading by talking with their parents. So if we can improve the parents' English and reading ability, then we're helping the children. The next time is February 13th. There are 3 times you could do it. If you're a morning person, 10:30 is your time. If you don't know your first name by 9:30 in the morning, like Jan Brazel and I can't do it, then 1:30 in the afternoon is your time. If you're really a night owl, then 6:15 is your time. So just go to Tacoma Community House. You can find their website and volunteer. Thanks so much.
Hey everyone, Jeremy Fogelquist, work at CLA as a nonprofit auditor. Been a long time since I've been here, so I figured I'd just share a couple of things that have happened in my life here. So the second daughter went off to college, so I now have 2 kids at Boise State, and the youngest just started high school. And I guess the other thing I've done is I went to Africa for 3 weeks, just a couple months ago, so it was a lot of fun. Kenya. So.
Jim Shoemake, fully retired educator. Special day at the Shoemake House today. Phyllis and I are celebrating 60 years of marriage.
I'm web and architecture. I'm sorry I've not been here much in a while. I have one kind of big excuse. Back in March, it finally had to happen. I started a construction company. So it's called Moral Compass because the reason I started is because obviously people in construction have become very greedy and weird about showing up and taking a lot of money from people and being dishonest. So I'm just a tiny company. I obviously can't build you a new house, but if you do hire us for anything, there'll be an open book policy, and we're not in it to make money. I'm giving people a second chance that have no skills right now. My crew is a lot of hand holding happening. I have I have a guy who's offered to help us for free, guide my guys so that they can learn. So it's been really kind of like a nonprofit company. And but yeah, if you have anything that you want me to just double check somebody's bid or whatever, I'd be happy to help you because I'm trying to turn the world of construction around. So thanks.
Thank you all for the 3 confessions today. We want to thank Randy Kimmin for our technical support today. Marsha Burns for reciting 4-way test and reading the land of knowledge there. Kathy Wills for our reflection. Dr. Miriam Barnett for being our greeter and managing the microphones today. Becky Fontaine for being our story writer. And of course, the Tacoma Youth Symphony Association for being our program today. Now, we have 5 minutes before 1 o'clock. Which means that all of you should be able to form up a line in the back and help with the St. Minnie DePaul project. So with that, I'm going to adjourn the meeting, but not really until 1 because 5 minutes is going to be back there helping everybody. Go enjoy the magic of Rotary, and we will see you next week. And our friends from St. Minnie DePaul, I believe it's grab a bag and 1 of each thing. 2 hot hands, 1 of everything else. 2 hot hands, 1 of everything else in the bags for St. Minnie DePaul.
Cardio is not enough, that's the word.